That night, Mother commanded us to assemble our few belongings and pack them, while Mimi and I stuffed rag dolls and nightgowns into our carpet bags. I could hear my mother and grandmother downstairs engaging in a conversation that quickly escalated to a full-scale shouting match. "If you engage in this lunacy, you will disgrace the Taylor name," Grandmother Taylor shouted, her voice barred with indignation. "This is my life, and I shall live it as I see fit," Mother shouted back at her. With Grandmother Taylor irate, berating Mother with phrases that contain words that are unsuitable, unfit, and disheartened and disown, we scrambled down in front to the front steps, our carpet bags thumping behind. At Grand Central Depot, we boarded a train for Albany, and then changed at the city for a different train. I recall eating sandwiches and sleeping slumped against Mimi as we rambled at great speeds through the night. I remember being alert with excitement coupled with the anxious worry over what lay ahead, but also suffused with relief away from Grandmother Taylor's disapproving eyes. My giddy, thrilled state slowly gave way to a deep exhaustion. What a day it had been. Yawning widely, I slumped in my seat next to Mimi and let the train lull me to sleep. Mother sat rocking the twins in their preamble with one hand, engrossed in a slim novel she'd bought at the newsstand at Grand Central Depot in New York City. "What's the story about?" Mimi asked as I stirred drowsily behind her. "Tell us." Mother put down her book. "It's an adventure tale titled Fertility, by a man named Morgan Robertson," she said. "It's a very, very large ship called the Titan, and it hit an iceberg and sinks on its very first voyage. It seems that most of the passengers are about to drown." "I don't like that story," Mimi said. "Is it true?" "No, it's not true. It's just fiction, but its writer made up from his imagination," she answered. "It's too sad," Mimi declared. "You're right. I don't much like it either." Mother closed the book and set it aside in her seat. "It's putting me in a melancholy frame of mind that I hadn't even realized it. That's not what I need right now. I must entertain only the most positive of thoughts if I am to move forward effectively." Finally, we reached the bustling city in Buffalo, New York. We spent the night in a rather shabby hotel there. In the newly morning, still almost dark, when Mother roused us, we hurried down the street without even telling anyone we were leaving. Then she hired a horse-drawn cab to carry us as close to Spiritfale as the last of her money would allow. It wasn't far enough, apparently, because I recall us walking for quite a long time along a dirt road. I pushed the twins while Mother and Mimi dragged our bags. In memory, I see us passing under a tall wooden arch, atop of which was a sign with the words "Spiritfale, welcome the living and those gone beyond," written in birch branches, and the words had a pinkish tone in the early morning new light. We made our way down the wide dirt road lined with wooden buildings, each one sporting an open front porch decorated with intricate gingerbread lacework. The hour was so early that no one was around. Mother paused at a four-way intersection and gazed in each direction, looking unsure where to go next. On one corner was a two-story red wooden hotel, with a porch wrapping around both levels. The sign over the entrance to the front porch read "The Spirit Hotel." Mother lifted the twins, cradling one in each arm, and with a nod of her head beckoned us to follow her up the hotel steps. Pulling at the front door, she found it to be locked. "Someone's got to come along eventually," she said, with a sigh, then directed us to rest on some wicker chairs set around the table on the porch. We were all instantly asleep, Mother too, with the twins nestled on each side of her. The sun was fully up when, through sleepy, slated eyes, we saw a petite woman of middle age pop her head out the front door and eye us owlishly through thick, rimless glasses. She cleared her throat loudly to rouse us from our slumber. "Hello there," Mother said, instantly bright. "Are you the proprietor of this establishment?" "That I be," the woman replied, in a way that was not especially friendly. "I see from your nameplate that you are Auntie Lily," Mother observed. "Correct. You need a room?" Auntie Lily asked, inspecting us with suspicion that I'm sure was understandable given our bed-regaled condition. "Yes, please," Mother answered. Presumably she had some magic way to pay for this, since I knew from her long walk there she had run out of money. Well, that's unfortunate since we're booked up. August is our biggest month, plus we don't take children. Too noisy, they disturb the mediums. Mediums require tranquility to contact the beyond, Aunt Lily told us without a hint of apology. Perhaps your husband there might know of a place where we could stay, Mother suggested, looking over the woman's right shoulder. Aunt Lily's eyes narrowed, and her lined lips drew together angrily. What did you say? A sharp but vivid morning light cutting across the porch required me to squint up at Aunt Lily. Actually, I was trying to see over her shoulder for any sign of a man who might be standing behind her. I saw no one. Mother's hand went to her mouth in an apologetic gesture. Oh, I'm sorry. He looked so real that I naturally assumed. Can you forgive me? You say he's right next to me? You saw him? I see him still, clear as day. Mother confirmed. He's recently passed, hasn't he? I feel it was somewhere between last April and now. Aunt Lily continued to hold Mother in a skeptical gaze, and her hard face had softened at the touch as she nodded. It was just this past June. As he was very far away when he died, wasn't he? Mother sighed sadly. He told him he was too old to go fight in Cuba. But the dear stubborn fool insisted. Did his name start with an H? I'm sensing an H. Yes, it did. Aunt Lily took her lace-trimmed hanky from her pocket and dabbed her wet eyes. It weren't even the fighting that got him. It was the malaria. I noticed that Mimi was twirling one of her curls. A sure sign she was finding something amiss here. Mother put her arm around the stricken woman as she leaned closer, speaking confidently. He says to tell you it was the grandest adventure of his life, and he wouldn't have missed it. And thanks you for understanding why he had to go. And he missed your warm touch, and he is always by your side in spirit. Aunt Lily stepped away from Mother's grasp. Hiram, you hear me? Did you leave any cash stashed anywhere? You left me here, sort of strapped for money. Aunt Lily turned to Mother. Well, ask him, she said. Hiram, tell the lady, did you leave any money? Mother held up her hand to quiet Aunt Lily. It's no use, he's gone off to rest. The malaria left him weak, and crossing over drains him. He'll be back, though. He's sworn to never leave your side again. Aunt Lily became teary-eyed once more. That's a comfort, a real comfort. I can see you got the gift there. The gift, Mother questioned. The ability to see those who have crossed over. To predict the channel's spirit. Its spirit Philip's main industry. Oh yes, that gift, Mother said. Yes, I studied mediumship with the Fox sisters in Hydesville. It was my hometown. That impressed Aunt Lily greatly. The Fox sisters, you say. Well, mercy me. Have you come here to set up shop? If that were possible, it would be a dream fulfilled, Mother told Aunt Lily, her voice stricken quiver of sincerity. But since you have no room, we'll go look for another. No, Aunt Lily quickly stopped her. There's not a proper guest room available, but I've been looking for a helper. I've set aside a little back cottage for such. Would you mind doing some housekeeping and working the front desk when I can't? It won't pay much, but the cottage would be part of the deal. When would I do my medium work? We could work around that, Aunt Lily offered. None of the other mediums in the town have been able to contact Hiram, and him right beside me all the while. For some reason I trust you. And my Hiram was not a trusting man. I wouldn't want him to see him go away again. It's wise to be cautious, Mother murmured. Mayhaps it's 'cause you're with child, Aunt Lily conjectured. Hiram always liked babies, perhaps 'cause we never had none of our own. If Hiram trusts you, then so do I. Aunt Lily's lower jaw began to quiver with an effort of controlling her emotion. Things have been so hard, but you've made me feel better knowing my Hiram is here. I know how it is. I, too, am recently widowed, Mother confided. Aunt Lily linked her arm with Mother and guided her towards the door. Pausing at the threshold, Mother instructed Mimi to wake the twins and bring them in. Eager to be helpful, I aided her rousing Amelie and Emma as we stowed to awaken. Bring in that mail, would you, children? Aunt Lily pointed towards the roll of letters bundled together on the wicker table. I held on to Emma while Mimi took the mail in one hand and Amelie in the other. We entered a large open lobby. On the right side was a long wooden counter was positioned against the wall. Aunt Lily led us behind the front counter, through the office, and out the back door. We instantly saw the wooden cottage with the same gingerbread scroll work and a small porch, and I observed in the other buildings. It's small, Aunt Lily allowed, but it's got a wood-burning stove for warmth in the winter, and on the outhouse isn't too far of a walk into the woods in the back, or you can come in the hotel and use the indoor facilities if you're particular. It's perfect, Mother declared. I feel excellent vibrations here. I don't feel no vibrations, Aunt Lily said, looking confused. This cottage ain't vibrating, Aunt Lily, Mother said with a confiding tone. Everything vibrates.